We are live for Chicago Blackhawks hockey as your Chicago Blackhawks face off against their rivals from Nashville, the Nashville Predators. Today, in just 15 minutes. This should be an interesting matchup as Colin Delia will be making a season debut with your Chicago Blackhawks tonight in net because COVID has struck the Chicago Blackhawks goaltending. Flurries on COVID protocol, and same with Lakeinen. So that's not something good for success. The last time we played was 2 weeks ago against the Dallas Stars. This game is a must win because the last time we played this Nashville team, the Hawks came out terrible. They were horrible and they just did not look like they had any effort. Now you had a 2 week break, get in it, and play a great hockey game. What's up, Aaron? Hey, Nick. Hey, Cole. Hey, T Money. How are you guys doing? This should be a fun game just because it's New Year's Day hockey. It's a 1 o'clock start. It's weird to be a New Year's Day hockey game for your Chicago Blackhawks because it's usually an outdoor game for the Hawks if they're playing on New Year's Day. But that's not happening this year. Hey, Ryan, how are you doing? Yep. This should be a fun game. There's still like 10 minutes till puck drop. Well, not till puck drop, about 15 minutes till puck drop. But this should be a good game because it's New Year's Day. Everyone should be available to watch if they are. And let's have a fun game. Hopefully the Hawks win it because I hate Nashville. There. How about that angle? Yeah, that's a better camera angle. Hey, Hawkthorne, how are you doing? I wonder if Pat Foley's doing the call today. I'm doing all right. Should be out of this, hopefully, out of this walking boot here in the next few days, hopefully. To check if the game broadcast has started yet on ESPN Plus because I don't have satellite up in my room, but yeah, I will. Hawkthorne, yes, I will. I don't plan on stop skating. I'm just not able to skate for another couple of months. especially now since I'm part of a hockey team. Now that 2021 is over, let's hope for a good 2022. Yep, it's another set of new broadcasters for the Hawks. Yeah, hopefully Delia has a good game. Hopefully he comes to the performance he had in the end of last season. And Derek King today did say that he does expect to have Marc-Andre Fleury back with the team by tomorrow, hopefully. So that's good. He should, Hawkthorne. He should be in net for that game. I'm doing all right, Aaron. How are you? Happy New Year. It looks like it could be Dave Riddick in net for Nashville. Why did I think this game was in Chicago for a second today? Delia back with the red pads. I love it. I love the red pads by Delia. Hawks lines by Charlie Romiliotis. Boquist, Borkstrom, Kane, Hagel, Taystrom, Kubalik, and Kurashev. That's actually a good line, I think. Jujhar Khaira returning to the lineup for your Chicago Blackhawks. Ryan Carpenter and Mackenzie Inwhistle for the 4 forward lines. And on defense, Calvin DeHaan with Steph Jones, Riley Stillman and Connor Murphy, Jake McCabe and Eric Gustafson. And net, Colin Delia. And backing him up, Soderblom. Should I get the Delia face ready for the game? Hang on. Since Delia's in net today, we'll have him back here. There. Colin Delia's in net today. Hello, David. How are you doing? Happy New Year. Yep, we got the Delia face for today's starter. I got that thing at a Rockford Ice Hockey. It was autographed, so I picked it up for like $10 or something. This game should get going here soon. I'm just checking again since I have to use ESPN Plus, which is a joke of a thing. Now look at that smile. He has a good smile. Had to make my tweet. Yep, that went through. Don't remember the last time I sat in this area location of my for streaming. Hopefully the PK will be strong because they're going to have to play strong in front of Colin Delia making his season debut tonight. This is an important game. The Hawks need to come out playing good, strong hockey, get to the first goal, get the pucks on net, and play your heart out because you're playing a tough opponent in Nashville who are coming off a couple games losing this week already. So this is a must win for your Chicago Blackhawks today. I still don't know who's in net for Nashville. UC Soros and net for the Predators. That's not good. Yeah. Two new guys in the booth for the Hawks again. Am I a fan of this? No. I don't like the idea of not having Pat Foley calling a Blackhawk game. I don't. Pat Foley is the Chicago Blackhawks. He is the voice of your Chicago Blackhawks. He should not be having to not broadcast your games. That is sacrilege. Come on, Chicago. Do something right and give us Pat Foley and Eddie Olczyk every night. I understand Edzo not going to be in this game because he's going to be doing the Winter Classic later today. It's weird that the Winter Classic's scheduled for a night game because that's never happened before. There has been a night game Winter Classic before, but that was due to a rain delay. We do have games in hand. Have to end that win-loss style of play. This is why I'm hoping happens. John Whiteman, once Pat Foley retires after this year, because that is what's happening. I'm hoping John Whiteman gets the TV job. Because Whiteman's good. I like Whiteman. I have not liked any of the play-by-play guys that has not been John Whiteman or Pat Foley in the booth for the Chicago Blackhawks. They've had kind of a bad run with play-by-play guys this season. Get ready for a tough opponent because Nashville's going to come out steaming because they've played a couple of games this week. Yeah, John Whiteman has a good voice to make games sound fun. Happy New Year's to Money. How are you doing? We're hoping for a happy Delia after today's game. Oh, college basketball. For a heads up, after the game, there will be a review for today's action. Um, it will be back to normal reviews, not like the live stream reviews, because I'm able to do normal videos again. Baylor and Iowa State. Okay. They should put a banner in the Raptors. I'm guessing that's what you mean, Hawkthorne. Hey Jack, how are you doing? Happy New Year. Well, this is the first game. It has not started yet for first game of 2022. So let's hope for a good start to 2022 by the Chicago Blackhawks. They have not played a game for the last 2 weeks going into today's action. So the Hawks will kind of have some energy going. Hopefully, they take that energy and run with it and have one of their best offensive games of the year today. 2 week break tends to put a little bit of rust on a team, but hopefully that doesn't happen. And hopefully they come in ready to play a lot better than the last time they played Nashville. That's for sure. Nashville had no one from their roster playing an AHL roster, basically. The Blackhawks defense has been good. It has been good. They have to play strong today with Colin Delia in net. Those numbers from Rockford weren't that good for a 9-game starts. 4-4-1 goals against average of a 2.86 and a save percentage of a 907 for Colin Delia in Rockford this year. But you do have to add a goal. He does have a goal for the for the Rockford Ice Hogs. Yeah, it's not a -7. Jujar Kara returns to the Blackhawks lineup after suffering a bad concussion from Jacob Trouba on the 7th of December. Doc with the puck, getting it for Kubalik. Kubalik doesn't get control. Connor Murphy with the puck in the defensive zone goes over to Stillman. Stillman playing around the net for Murphy. Murphy sends it up the ice. It goes into the neutral zone. Nashville gets control. And the Hawks settle things back down in their defensive zone as Riley Stillman. Stillman settling it up into the neutral zone. The Hawks going on. Kurashev goes in and it's saved by Soros. Yeah, Doc won a face-off. The Predators have control of the puck in the neutral zone. It's now Hendrik Borgstrom going into the offensive zone for the Hawks. Loses control. It's the Predators now going on the rush up the ice in the neutral zone. And to the offensive zone is Duchesne. Duchesne sends it, and Forsberg scores to make it 1-0 a minute and 2 minutes into the game. Well, a minute into play. Are you kidding me? That honestly a puck that Delia should have made a save on, but didn't. Nashville takes it a lead 1-0 early in this game. Okay, Tays with the puck goes in, and it's saved by Saros. McCabe sends it around the ice. It goes up to Hagel. Hagel at the blue line sends it down to Tays. Tays around the net. Tays settling it back down over. Fires! And it's blocked up front of the net. It's McCabe. McCabe. No, that was Murphy. Murphy sets up the Hawks, and the Hawks lose control. Nashville sets things up again. Nashville in their defensive zone sends it up the offensive into the offensive zone for Nashville. Nashville is now settling things down. Colin Delia playing the puck behind the net, almost loses control. Mackenzie and Whistle sends the puck up, and the Hawks now go on the attack. It's Eric Gustafson. Gustafson sends it down the ice. Gustafson couldn't get a clean pass off to Carpenter. Carpenter back down to Gustafson. Gustafson sends it down to Jujhar Khaira. Khaira goes up the ice, across the ice. And Eric Gustafson fires, and it gets saved by Saros. Mackenzie and Whistle going in. Up the ice over to Stillman. Stillman for Gustafson. Gustafson pinching in, and the Hawks almost had an opportunity there. Nashville settling things down, and it's Roman Yoshi going up the ice, and the Predators go on the attack. The Hawks now have to play it as Steph Jones in the defensive zone for Calvin DeHaan. DeHaan settling things down in the neutral zone for the Hawks. It's Khrushchev in the offensive zone playing around the ice. It's Kirby Dach. Dach behind the net. Dach getting checked off the puck, but keeps the play. Calvin DeHaan fires, and it's saved by Saros. Are you kidding me? What's the penalty? $17:03 remaining in the first period. Hawks down. Okay. Hawks down, and Khrushchev looks like he's headed to the box. No, he's not. Okay. So the refs blew the whistle early. That's terrible. So we got terrible refs today. Okay. Alex DeBrincat at the dot loses the face-off because Hendrik Borgstrom got tossed. Predators and the Hawks are battling at the boards, and the Predators gain control. Matt Duchesne going, but the Hawks now in the neutral zone, and Eric Gustafson. Gustafson going across the ice to Steph Jones. Jones over to Borgstrom. Borgstrom couldn't get into the neutral zone, but Jones does. Eric Gustafson going up to DeBrincat. DeBrincat tries to send it down to Gustafson for a pinch up, but the Predators gain control. Nashville keeps it in, and they now have control in playing the puck. Guys, if I'm behind, don't put any text in the chat by any game score for any update, because I have to watch this game through ESPN Plus, which ESPN Plus usually has a delay. Nashville gaining control in the offensive zone for themselves. Hagel keeps it in for the neutral zone. Hawks now go up the ice. It's Hagel in the neutral zone going across the ice for Strome. Strome trying to pinch in, and the Predators regain control. Nashville in the neutral zone and going up the ice is Johansson. The Predators shoot it in a nice sliding block by Connor Murphy. Murphy gets it up the ice, and Hagel going into the neutral zone, offensive zone now with 15:31 remaining in the first period. Saros plays the puck behind the net, and the Hawks now set up. Carpenter tried to feed it up to McKenzie, and Whistle couldn't get a clean pass. Oh, a little chippiness. Carpenter versus Sissons. No, that was Dylan. That was Cousins. Okay. Not Sissons. Jujar's getting a little chippy. 15:16 remaining in the first period. Hawks down 1-0 by a goal from Forsberg. Hawks might be going to the power play here. Four-on-four hockey. Yeah, that was a slush by Jones. Are we going to get a New Year's Day massacre in Nashville between the Hawks and Predators? Because it's already getting chippy. Kirby Dach at the dot wins the faceoff, but Nashville gains control by not getting a clean puck. It was McCabe. Kubalik going for the puck. It gets it to McCabe in the defensive zone. McCabe settling things down in its defensive zone, going over to Eric Gustafsson. Gustafsson going up and leaves it for McCabe. McCabe going into the offensive zone for Dominic Kubalik. Kubalik sends it down the ice. Yossi loses control to Dach. Dach settling things down, and Kubalik just whiffs on a one-timer. 1:15 remaining in the 4-on-4. Hawks are battling for this puck, but Nashville gains control and the Hawks regain it back. It's Kirby Dach. Dach settling things down over, and the Hawks in the defensive zone. 1:10 remaining. Eric Gustafsson with the puck going up the ice. He tried to give clean pass, but Nashville goes on the attack. It's Forsberg. Forsberg shoots it wide. Stillman battling at the boards, and the Predators get an easy goal walk in. Johansson makes it 2-0 on the 4-on-4 by a terrible play by the Hawks. Bad mistake leads to yet another bad goal and an easy deke out of the pads of Colin Delia. God. This is what the Hawks needed to do 2 weeks ago when they played this team. This Nashville team had COVID problems. And we're having COVID problems in net, and we couldn't do this. God, this team is a joke. I get it, it's 2 weeks since we've played a freaking hockey game, but holy crap. Come out with some energy for once. Nice way to start the new year off, boys. You're losing 2-0 to Nashville. Stillman with the puck and loses control. Nashville with the puck again, but the Hawks gain control in their defensive zone. Here we go again. Will the Hawks turn it over? No. Strome gets the puck. Strome goes to Kurashev. Kurashev dumping the puck into the offensive zone where Nashville gains control. And here we go again. On the attack is Nashville. It's 5-on-5 hockey. 13:04 remaining, and there was an icing called. Shots on goal, 2-2. Colin Delia has not made a save. Yeah. Nice save percentage, Delia. Kane with the puck. Going in, and he shoots it wide. Kane settling things down. And Nashville gaining control back. It goes off of Alex DeBrincat, but the Hawks gain control. It's Hendrik Borgstrom shooting it on. Of course they are, because that's all they do in that stupid city. I hate playing Nashville. Delia has not been good. He does not deserve to be Happy Delia here. God, this team is playing like they did at the beginning of the year, aren't they? I don't know if I like Derek King, but I don't think he's going to remain the coach next year. Because he's made some decisions of lineups I have not agreed with, especially overtime setups. The NHL won't do it because we don't have much time to make up any of the games they have postponed already. It's going to be near impossible for the Hawks to get more postponements. Hendrik Borgstrom at the dot loses the faceoff to the Predators. Nashville gaining control in their defensive zone. Calvin DeHaan sends it up to Steph Jones. Jones doesn't get a good pass off, and the Predators now in the neutral zone going up to the offensive zone for themselves. It's Calvin DeHaan with the puck in the defensive zone. Alex DeBrincat feeds it to Borgstrom to Jones. Jones going in and loses control. Nashville goes on the attack. Nashville on a 2-on-1. Johansson loses control, and the Hawks with a good defensive play. Steph Jones with the puck, settling things down for a change. 11:56 remaining in the period. Hawks go up the ice. It's Jujhar Khaira fires, and it's saved by Saros. Shots on net, 4-2. Hawks losing 2-0. Jesus Christ. They're just throwing easy shots on Saros. You have to get Saros pinching in early. McCabe with the puck, looking up to Murphy. Murphy sends it down the ice, and Jujhar Khaira trying to get to the puck, but it's Ryan Carpenter. Carpy couldn't get a good pass off. It's Forsberg going on the attack. Forsberg sends it down the ice, and the Hawks have to play it, and McCabe gets checked off the puck. Nashville tried to break in again. Nashville is now going to set things up in their defensive zone as the Predators going up the ice looking for a setup. Shots on net still 4-2 in favor for the Hawks, and the Hawks are down 2-0. Nashville goes up the ice, and it has to be played by Steph Jones, but he couldn't get to the puck. He let the Predators walk past him. Sissons with the puck. Sissons goes in. And the Predator sets up and was blocked up front of the net. Steph Jones with the puck over for McCabe. McCabe back to Jones. Jones sends the puck up for Kurashev. Kurashev for Doc. Kubalik going in, breaking in, fires! And a save by Saros. Another save by Saros. And the Hawks look to be going to have the first power play of the game. Roman Yoshi to the box. Again, don't be saying anything before anything happens. Because I'm already on a delay. So Hawthorne, again, stop saying stuff like that. Jones sets up on the blue line for Kane. Kane going in, looking, fires! A save by Saros. Jones better get to the puck. Jones at the blue line, going over to Kane. Kane setting up for Taze. Taze going for DeBrincat, and a save by Saros again. That was a good puck movement by the Hawks. They just need to beat Saros. Okay, Patrick Kane sets it up on the power play on the offensive zone. Looking down for Jones. Jones on the blue line. Going back to Kane. Kane going across the ice for DeBrincat for Taze, and he couldn't get it. Kane sets it up. 1:25 remaining on the power play. Doc shoots it and it goes wide. DeBrincat with the puck going up for Jones. Jones for Kane. Kane looking in. Kane setting it up. Deking a little for Doc, and Doc shoots it high and wide. Kane, it Taze to Kane. Kane back to Jones. Jones on the blue line looking for an opening. Jones back to Kane. Kane going in to Taze. Taze at the boards over to Kane behind the net. Kane setting it up for DeBrincat. DeBrincat over to Jones. Jones looking at the blue line down the ice, and he shoots it on, and it goes off the pads of Saros. DeBrincat with the puck. 45 seconds remaining on the power play. Jones with the puck over to Kane. Kane looking across the ice over for Jones. Jones fires, and it goes wide. DeBrincat now with control. DeBrincat goes across for Kane. Kane goes in, and it's saved. Jones now with it. Fires by Kane. 26 seconds remaining on the power play. A lot of good puck movement, but they can't beat Saros. Taze almost had a goal. We had about 6 shots already on net in this power play. Hendrik Borgstrom at the dot as Strome gets tossed. Borgstrom runs the faceoff. Gustafsson at the blue line sets it up for Kubalik. Kubalik goes in, and he shoots it into the defense of Nashville. Gustafsson for Kubalik, and it gets saved by Saros. Are you kidding me? 13 seconds remaining on the power play. .845 remaining in the period. Hawks down 2-0, and they've allowed only 2 shots. Erik Gustafsson all the way in the defensive zone will kill the power play. That was a good power play. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Kurashev dumped. No, that was Carpenter who dumped it in. Nashville gains control in their defensive zone. Carpy battling up on the boards. Nice shot by McCabe. McKenzie and Whistle tried to send it around the goal, but Nashville now has control and sends it into the neutral zone. Hawks regain control in the defensive zone as McCabe. McCabe sends it up the ice for Entwistle breaking into the offensive zone. Couldn't get it to Jujar, and the Predators set it up. Nashville could not get it, and the Hawks sets up a change in their defensive zone. It's McCabe with the puck over to Murphy. Murphy going up the ice for Strome. Tays now with it. Fires, and it goes wide. Strome now with the puck again. It's Tays off the boards. Hagel with the puck. Hagel getting checked. And Tays now with it, but he got checked. Hagel regains control. Hagel goes up for Jones, and Jones couldn't get the puck cleanly. It goes all the way down to the Hawks defensive zone. Calvin DeHaan with a misplay, and easy save by Delia. Shots on net, 10-2 in favor for the Chicago Blackhawks. Yeah. And we allowed 2 goals. That's not good. 2 goals on 2 shots for Nashville, 10 shots, no goals for the Hawks. Hawks are pressuring, they just aren't getting that finish. Who's our next opponent? Because I hate playing Nashville. Oh my God. We do have a tough week ahead of us, minus Arizona. We play tomorrow Calgary, Tuesday Colorado, Thursday Arizona, Saturday next week Vegas. Then we play Columbus, Montreal, Anaheim. Anaheim's actually been a good team. Seattle, Edmonton, Minnesota for a home and home. Wow, this month is a tough month for the Hawks because they play some really good teams this month. Jesus Christ. God, I hate how this schedule is. Tays at the faceoff dot. 7:06 remaining in the first period. This has been a long period of play, it feels like. Tays wins the faceoff, but Nashville tried to gain control. Murphy at the boards loses control, and Nashville just Granlund shoots it high. Granlund regains control. Murphy with the puck. Murphy getting checked by Forsberg. Murphy couldn't get it, but Stillman does. Hagel going up the ice and plays it off the boards, and the Predators regain control. But it looks like the Hawks are going to be going to the power play again. Back to the power play are the Chicago Blackhawks. The last time they put on quite a show, but hopefully this time they have an answer. Myers in the box. Tays wins the faceoff, and the Hawks set it up. Jones at the blue line, going down to DeBrincat. DeBrincat getting played by defense. Jones over to Kane, and he goes wide with the shot. Doc now with the puck. Doc sends it back to Kane. Kane settling things down. It's Jones at the blue line. Jones sets it up for the Hawks on this power play. Kane now goes in. Fires, and it goes wide. Tays behind the goal line. Doc goes in, but couldn't get anything off. Jones at the blue line. Sets it up. Over to Kane. Kane settling things down at the circle. Over to Jones. Jones over to DeBrincat, and it gets blocked. DeBrincat sets it up again. DeBrincat gains control. It's Tays for Cat. Cat over to Jones. Jones over to Kane. Kane going for a cross crease, but it couldn't work out. Kane still has control of the puck. Kane settling things down. 1:03 remaining on the power play. Kane getting checked to the boards, and the Predators battle the Hawks to get the puck out of the zone, and they are going to be successful at that. Kane held the puck too hard, and now Kane in the neutral zone with the puck, going just dumping into the offensive zone. That's not what you want to do for a power play, Kane. Colin Delia, what are you doing? He played the puck, and it led to Nashville gaining control easily. Eric Gustafsson getting checked off the puck, and the Predators lose control. Hawks now go up the ice and dumping it in is Hendrik Borgstrom with the puck. Gustafsson fires it wide. 15 seconds remaining on the power play. 4:56 in the first period. Hawks down 2-0, and the Hawks have had control of play virtually all period minus the 2 goals against. Because Colin Delia made some weak saves, but the defense fell apart. Strome wins the face-off. Gustafsson for Kurashev. Kurashev looking in. Kurashev down to Gustafsson. Gus goes across. Kurashev now with it for Gus. Fires! And it goes wide. Strome now with the puck. Strome sets it up for the Hawks. Strome goes in. Strome tries to beat Saros, and it couldn't happen. Hawks power play is over. Hawks now regain control and sends it in. Saros plays the puck, which he does a lot. So you could take advantage of it if you get him to bite and try and play the puck. If you so try, but they have not really attempted for that. Shots on net 12-3 in favor for the Blackhawks, but the Hawks are losing 2-0. The first 2 shots of play for Nashville went in. Jujhar Khaira with the puck in the neutral zone, dumping it into the offensive zone for the Hawks. As Ryan Carpenter tried to just leave it in and tried to go in the net, but Jujhar Khaira behind the net goes up to Stillman. Stillman across the ice for Jones, and Jones just shoots it on to Saros. 13-3 in favor for shots on net for your Chicago Blackhawks, but they're losing. Jesus Christ, this team. They're getting the chances, but they can't beat. I hope Fleury is back tomorrow, but coming off of COVID can be difficult. Come on, Doc. Doc gets chasing Khrushchev at the dot. Khrushchev loses the faceoff. Gustafson lost an edge but kept control of the puck. Doc going into the offensive zone, trying to break in, fires, and it gets saved by Saros. Nashville gaining control. 3:18 remaining in the first period. Nashville now with it again. And it's in the offensive zone for themselves, for Nashville. Doc now having to play some defensive zone hockey. Doc gaining control right back. Stillman behind Colin Delia. Stillman getting checked, and the Hawks loses control. Stillman with the puck over to Murphy. Murphy sends it up to Khrushchev. Khrushchev for Doc. Doc going into the neutral zone, dumping it in to the offensive zone. Doc on a race, trying to get the puck. Doc loses control as Roman Josi checked him off. This has not been the way the Hawks would like it because they shot themselves in the foot, and now Nashville to the power play as Dylan Strome to the box for what? Oh, that's a dive. Hawks on the PK. Roman Yoshi plays the puck up the ice, and the Predators in the neutral zone. Nashville gaining control. Nashville now in. It's Forsberg. Forsberg with the puck, trying to break through. Predators set it up as Roman Yoshi. Predators now going in, and it was blocked by Murphy. Hawks tried to clear it out, but Nashville regains control. Johansson with the puck. Johansson going in, down the to, I believe that was Duchesne. Duchesne getting checked, and the Hawks clear it out. 1:15 remaining on the penalty kill. Come on, Hawks. Just kill this. Delia makes the save, and Jones clear down the ice. Saros plays the puck behind his net, but the Hawks could have come in, but they didn't. Jujhar Khaira is out there for the PK for the Hawks, and the Hawks don't gain control, and the Predators are now playing in the offensive zone. Nashville couldn't get anything, and Khrushchev just checks DeHaan out of play. What the hell was that, Carpenter? Not Khrushchev. Nashville controlling. Ekholm sends it. And a save by Delia. A big save by Delia. Ekholm fires and scores. With 14 seconds remaining, the Hawks on that PK allow Nashville to make it 3-0. I think Cousins may have tipped it. Nothing Delia could have done there because he got basically screened and it was redirected in. God, I hate this. I hate Nashville so much. Hawks might be going to a power play. No, it's a delay offside. Kane clears it down the ice. Nashville with a 3-0 lead after basically with 30 seconds remaining in the first period. This game is already out of hand. Hawks do control on shots on net, but it's not been a good game. Delia has had a rough debut to his season in the NHL. First two goals, you could say, kind of were tough ones for him, but the third one he could not do anything with, as he was screened on a bad PK setup. Hawks, after one, down 3-0 to Nashville. Oh, that's a rough game. God, this game I feel might be already over before it's even really gotten going. When you allow a goal in the first 2 minutes, in the first minute of play, it's usually a recipe for disaster, and it's already led to it. That first goal was one that Delia should have made a save on, and he didn't. And then that second goal, the Hawks had a bad turnover, leading to a walk in by Nashville to deke Delia out of his pads. The Hawks have not been good. The defense has been lackadaisical in positions, and the Hawks just can't find the back of the net, and they are out shooting Nashville. This has been a terrible game by the Chicago Blackhawks. Terrible effort. They may have the shots on net, but it's frankly been just flat out horrendous by your Chicago Blackhawks. Yeah, that's all he is, though, Brian. He's an AHL starter. He's not an NHL starting goalie. That's why he's been in the AHL. This, I don't understand how they. I get it. We've been without play for 2 weeks for the Blackhawks, but still, you should not be losing this bad to start a game. The Hawks had 15 shots on net, but it doesn't matter. They're losing 3-0 to Nashville, with Nashville having what? 7 shots. Delia, the first 2 goals, kind of on him. A little bit. The second goal, you can't really fault him. You can, in a way, because he pinched too early and allowed the Predators to deke him out of his pads. The first one, yeah, that was on him. He should have made a save. Delia's not been, he's not NHL starter. I like Delia. I do. But at this point in his career, he hasn't had a full-time starting gig in the NHL. He's an AHL starter at best. That's it. NHL backup, a fringe backup. That's about it. His numbers this season have been horrible. I've seen his numbers. He's like, that's why he's a AHL starter at best. He's very inconsistent in the NHL. I would have tried and thrown someone in with no experience today rather than someone who has experience in game footage in the NHL. I would have tried and played Soderblom today. Because sometimes when you put a goalie in with uh, not much experience in the NHL with not much game footage on them could work out for yourselves because the other team doesn't know some weak points. Well, they can't play Foster since he's up in Chicago. I think he might still be in Chicago at least. But still, the Hawks have not been able to beat Soros. They have issues when they play Nashville, and it continues today because they can't beat their freaking goalie. I hate Nashville for two reasons. I'm not a fan of how their fans are, and I definitely hate their goaltenders. I have not liked a single one of their goalies in recent years. I don't know Hawkthorne, especially if the taxi squad. I don't know. Yeah, but I just I Nashville's fan base is a joke. I've never liked their I've never liked Nashville as a team, and it continues tonight because I hate playing this team. They're frustrating and it's just ridiculous. When can they suck again? It was good when Nashville was terrible in the NHL. But when will they suck again in Nashville? Because they were supposed to be terrible this year. They have not been. Let's say we are not playing Nashville for the retirement night of Pekka Rinne. I hope not, because I hate Rinne. I do not want to see Rinne's face ever again. Craig Smith. Yeah, but this is frustrating to watch whenever we have to play this freaking team from Nashville. Because Stan Bowman's an idiot. He's an idiot for how he was as a GM, and he's a complete and utter disgrace of a human being for what he did by covering up what he did. Yeah, that would be something, but we had the better goalie who won 2 Stanley Cups in Corey Crawford. We didn't have a choker in a playoffs. Yeah, I would rather have Corey Crawford over Pekka Rinne any day. I do too. I wish we saw a Crow. Well, Brian, the only move I've liked so far technically is the firing of Jeremy Colleton from Kyle Davidson. He's really haven't had much to say what he's done. So you really can't say what all he has done anyways, so he hasn't done much. Yeah, that would have been something for a tandem. I don't think I would even like Pekka Rinne wearing a Hawks uniform. I'd never liked Rinne as a goalie. Granted, he was only in Nashville, but I don't know. I've never liked him as a player in the NHL. I thought he was too cocky. Bowen Byram on the blue line would be awesome. Yeah, that would have been cool if we did draft Byram, but I do like Doc, but Doc has had issues in his 3 years so far. Granted, he missed a good season for development last year by breaking his wrist. The first year, his rookie year, he actually looked pretty good and promising, and this year he's just not been that good. I want them to trade up to get a first round pick. if the Hawks get lucky with the draft lottery and get either first or second overall, because that's the only possibility right now we have for a first round pick, because Stan Bowman is a complete idiot. I hope that guy never has a light in hockey ever again. God, I hate that piece of crap. Soderblom is making his debut, because this has not popped up on my screen yet, because I'm behind due to ESPN Plus being a joke. Okay, Soderblom making his NHL debut for your Chicago Blackhawks, wearing the awesome black pads that remind me of Corey Crawford. What's up, Zach? Happy New Year. It's been a rough game for your Chicago Blackhawks, but now we get a NHL debut of Avrik Soderblom. Because Delia had a rough first period of play, and we are now in need and desperation time. So maybe change a momentum for the Hawks by going to inexperienced goalie in the NHL. Yeah, he was not doing so well. Hopefully, a change in net leads to a change in momentum. Nope, it's raining because I live in southern Illinois, which has been terrible winter. It's like 40 degrees out. Yesterday was 70. I'm hoping tomorrow shows. Hopefully, there's a chance of snow tomorrow because of the temperature it's supposed to be. Avid Soderblom in net for your Chicago Blackhawks. Those black pads are awesome because those remind me of Corey Crawford. I miss goalies on the Hawks wearing black pads. Nashville with the puck. Kirby Dach loses control in the neutral zone. The Hawks now have his Philip Kurashev. Kurashev doesn't gain control, and Kubalik does, but Nashville on a 2-on-1 break. And oh my God. It's 4-0 Nashville. Yenart not makes it. Oh my God. That's nothing Soderblom could have done. It was a 3-on-1 leading to a goal. Happy New Year, Hawks. That's a great New Year's you start with giving up 4 goals. Jesus freaking Christ. This has been a terrible game. Gotta feel bad for Soderblom in his debut to start that off. Predators continue to pressure. Nashville gaining control still as Duchesne tried to send it around the ice for Ekholm. Ekholm doesn't get control, but the Hawks do lose control in the offensive zone. Nashville sends it down the ice. That shouldn't go far enough for icing, but it does not. Jones goes up to Strome to DeHaan. DeHaan settling things down in the defensive zone. Up to Jones. Jones in the neutral zone. Jones going up the ice. Jones getting checked across, but the Hawks gain control still. Hawks send it back down the ice. Set up Jones. Jones loses control. for Jake McCabe. McCabe settling things down. McCabe sending the puck up and into the neutral zone, but Nashville gains control. Nashville checks McCabe off the puck, and the Hawks gain control as Borgstrom. Borgstrom mishandles the puck, and Nashville gains control. Nashville in the offensive zone for themselves, settling things down. Patrick Kane in the defensive zone sends it into the neutral zone. It's Hendrik Borgstrom. Borgstrom loses control, and Nashville regains the puck. Eric Gustafson loses a read, and he trips someone up on Nashville, and the Hawks are outplayed this period to start the first 2 minutes off. Yeah. I don't think Soderblom was expecting to be playing today, but he's in, and he allowed his first goal against in his first game, first shot against. Oh, come on. I mean, the last time the Hawks were like this was at the beginning of the season. God. Gustafson kept the puck in play for the Hawks. Carpenter tried to shoot it on, but it goes wide. Nashville just defending the puck off the Hawks, 15-9 in favor for the Hawks, but 4-0 Nashville on for goals. Hawks sets up in the offensive zone. Strome behind the net. Strome loses control. Strome getting checked off the puck, and Nashville gains control right back and sends it down the ice, where Eric Gustafson in the defensive zone has the puck, sends it up to the neutral zone. Strome to Tays in the offensive zone. Tays loses control. Hagel trying to get to the puck, and Hagel couldn't get there. But the Hawks regain control. Hagel and Tays are battling. Strome going in, trying to look for Hagel, but couldn't. And McCabe just shoots it high. Tays sets it up. Tays down for the Hawks. And a shot by McCabe, and the Hawks are somehow going to the penalty kill. For what? Hagel's sent to the box as the Hawks go back to the PK. The last time this happened, we ended up allowing the Predators to score on the power play. Oh my God. This team is a joke today, and they play again tomorrow night. Derek King, what have you done during this break? Not much, clearly. Yeah, that was a cross check to the face from Hagel. Roman Yoshi for Forsberg. Forsberg tried to shoot it on, and it goes wide. Hawks tried to go on the attack. It's Jujhar Khaira. Khaira settling things down to kill some clock. And the Predators lose control in their defensive zone. Is Roman Josi settling things down in the Hawks offensive zone? Nashville sends the puck up. Nashville in the neutral zone to brink it on the race, and the Hawks are now going to be down 2 men because Kirby Dach is sent to the box. Nice job, Hawks. Nice job. Thank you for this New Year's Day being a complete disgrace. Nice job. I would call a timeout, but Derek King has not really proven to do that. Jonathan Toews at the faceoff dot. 2-man advantage for Nashville. God. Nashville sets it up. And it's Roman Josi. Josi goes in and shoots it. Is Forsberg. Forsberg gets blocked, and the Hawks try to clear the puck out. Is Yossi again. Yossi playing the puck on the blue line across for Forsberg. No, that was Duchesne. And Johansson at a bad angle shoots it. Forsberg over to Yossi. Yossi shoots it, and it's saved by Soderblom. Forsberg with the puck. Forsberg to Yossi. Yossi on the blue line for Duchesne. Duchesne shoots it high, and Soderblom makes it save, and the goal goes out of off the moorings. Yeah, Curtis Grabiol would bring a fight. I would, if I'm a Hawk right now, I would try and drop the gloves. Jujarkera loses the faceoff, but it gets called back. Bad puck, pad drop of the puck. Come on, Jujar. Nashville sets up offside. "46 seconds remaining on the first of the Hagel penalty. Just take it up, 2-on-1, and the Hawks misplay the puck. Nashville going down into the neutral zone is Roman Josi. Josi now has an opening. Josi shoots it around for Granlund. Granlund looking in. Granlund goes to Forsberg to Josi, and a save by Soderblom. Yeah. Jonathan Toews at the dot. Wins the faceoff cleanly. And it's Steph Jones with the puck. Sends it up for Toews. Toews clears it into the neutral zone. Nashville in the neutral zone is Mikael Granlund. Granlund goes over to Yoshi. Yoshi plays the puck across the ice. And it's Duchesne. Duchesne sets it up. Forsberg. Forsberg back to Duchesne to Yoshi. Yoshi fires in a save by Soderblom. Forsberg. 25 seconds remaining on both the power plays as Hagel is out of the box. And Yoshi scores. Oh! Are you kidding me? This is a just joke. God, I hate Nashville. That was just bad defense by the Hawks on the PK. Hagel just let Yoshi shoot it. It's really because both Colin Delia and Avid Soderblom's up in the Hawks right now. That's all that Cale Morrison signing was. This game could be a 10-0 game at the end. Right now, how the Hawks have been not defending the puck in their zone, letting Nashville just walk on them has been a disgrace. This game has been as bad as the start of the regular season. This game is the worst game I have seen since Jeremy Colleton was the coach. Nice job, Derek King, in getting your team prepped without Marc-Andre Fleury and Kevin Lankinen. God, that's some terrible preparation knowing your starting goalie and your main backup is out. Horrible preparation. Nashville has controlled all period, and we are just flat and just done. This has been a horrendous game by your Chicago Blackhawks. When can we get another power play opportunity? Because it seems like Nashville is getting the opportunities again. Because these refs have been kind of bad this game. This has been the worst game this season. You should not be this lackadaisical. And we play Calgary tomorrow. So another tough opponent tomorrow. Yeah, Derek King won't be the coach after this year, I don't think. It looks like that, doesn't it? Because right now this game's already a loss. It's 5-0. Not even halfway through the game. Preparation must have been just poor. Because last time we played Nashville, preparation was horrendous, clearly, because Nashville was playing an AHL roster on ice. And we did not even do to win that game. We did not deserve the point that we got in that game. I don't understand the preparation to get ready for Nashville, why it's so bad. Hagel goes on the rush and gets checked off the puck. Where's the penalty? Like, what the hell? This game's out of hand. Guys, I'm just saying this. There's no review today because we're watching it basically. We're watching it live. This game has been horrendous. It's been a disgrace to hockey. It's been a disgrace for how this team is by preparation to get up for a freaking rivalry game without your goalies. You're playing AHL goalies right now, which is not good. You should have prepped to play strong defensively, and they haven't. They're going to probably get shut out because that's what happens when we play against Saros and the Predators. This team is a joke, this game. And we play the Flames tomorrow. Remaining in the second period, down 5-0 to Nashville. I don't know if we can do a fire sale. Who's going to want some of these players with the effort? I'm questioning some of the effort in this game, too. Kevin DeHaan probably could fetch us something because he's a defenseman. But that's about it. Yeah, we should have kept rebuilding, but no. For some god unknown reason, Stan Bowman thought we were a contender because he's an idiot. And this stream died because I don't have why. Why is the game not working? ESPN Plus has died on me. There it goes. I don't think the Hawks can trade Taze or Kane. New York has no salary cap. I don't think we'll trade Kane or Taze. And Taze to Montreal does not make sense. Montreal is a seller. No, he's from Winnipeg. He's not from Montreal. I think the trade deadline might be more active than you think. I don't think Taze will go to the Jets either. I think Taze will just play out his contract and maybe retire because I don't know how much longer Taze has in his belt, under his belt. Crawford's from Montreal, yeah. Kirby Dach at the dot. Loses the face-off. The Hawks in the defensive zone is Eric Gustafson. Gustafson sends it up to Kane. Kane tried to cross-feed it to Brinkett, but Dach loses an edge, and the Hawks loses control. Nashville on, but Riley Stillman plays the puck over for DeBrincat. DeBrincat mispasses the play, and Nashville sets things up. Dach tries to send Kane. Kane going in. Kane sets up. Leaves it for DeBrincat. DeBrincat mishandles, and Nashville just and sends it down the ice. Avid Soderblom's playing over to DeBrincat. DeBrincat sends it and loses misplays where Forsberg steals it and goes into the offensive zone. Hagel playing in the defensive zone for the Hawks, and the Hawks are just dead. No, Kane will likely play after this contract. Tays with the puck. Going down to Jones. Jones pinching in. Fires! And a save by Saros. Jones plays it for Kubalik. Kubalik goes up the ice for McCabe. McCabe for Tays. Tays looking up for McCabe. McCabe leaves it. Fires his Borks. It's Kurashev. Hey, Jones looking in. Jones settling things down. Going back for McCabe. McCabe looking. McCabe looking for an opening, and that is Borkstrom. Borkstrom fires and it gets blocked. McCabe keeps the play going, and the Predators are now on a rush. Nashville sends it down. Is Duchesne. Duchesne getting checked by Bork well, and the Hawks barely come out with the puck. It's Jujhar Khaira. Khaira gets it for Kurashev. Kurashev gets tripped up a little bit, and Nashville regains control. Shots on net 22-16 in favor for the Blackhawks. 5-0 game, though, for Nashville. The issue with Buffalo, I don't think they will consider going for him because they are a seller again. And I don't think Kane will want to go to a rebuilding team. I don't know, Brian. I do not know if why is it buffering now? Well, I would have been okay with Bruce Boudreau, but he's in Vancouver now. There's no options available right now. We have to wait until after the Hawks were lazy and didn't hire Bruce Boudreau when they could have. Because I do not want to see John Tortorella behind the bench for the Hawks. That would be the bad option. You know what? It's time to unite Strom with DeBrincat and Kane. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever sign Ivan. Jones with the puck in the defensive zone, playing the puck and loses control. Nashville gaining control. Kane in the defensive zone, getting checked by Johansson. Doc now with it. Doc looking in, going for Jones, and it's saved by Saros. How much longer do we own those rights for, Brian? I don't think so, CB. The Hawks apparently were trying to sign him last offseason. But they couldn't get the numbers to match what he wanted. Steph Jones at the blue line goes down for his handles, and why is McKenzie and Whistle on that line? Jesus Christ, this team. I don't think we'll have a review video because I've done this live stream and you're basically seeing what's been going on throughout this live stream. Yeah, I believe he wanted a huge contract. That's why the numbers just couldn't match. Carpenter sends it across, and the Hawks just shoot it wide. Murphy over to McCabe. McCabe fires, and it just trickles past, and the Hawks just can't do much. This period's basically been controlled by Nashville. God, I hate Nashville so much. Kershaw fires and goal! About flipping time by Philip Kurashev. It doesn't matter because we're down by 4. And ESPN Plus continues to buffer because ESPN Plus sucks. Yeah, I don't know, Brian. It's so weird how long we've had his rights for. 2 minutes and 1 second remaining in the period, but this game continues to buffer because ESPN Plus is horrible. Yeah, I don't understand why, Brian. It's kind of weird because they're playing professional hockey in the KHL usually, and where college players can wait out the 4 years and go unrestricted free agent immediately. So it is weird how some players take it could take forever for their rights to expire. Out yelling. Hawks are getting checked. 155 remaining in regulation time and the second period. My bad. Taves feeds it across, and the Hawks shoot it off and wide. Why is the TV stream does not? Oh, the Hawks are getting some pressure and a couple chippy plays. Yeah, I know. Stopping for Malcolm Subban from Buffalo. Tays at the dot versus Granlund. Tays wins face off cleanly. Hawks in the defensive zone. Oh, my bad. I'm now looking at my TV and it's still like a 2 minute behind. Here we go, Hawks. 119 remaining, and the Hawks are down by 4. Dahan behind the net of Soderblom. 1 minute remaining in the second period. 1 minute. Hawks are now taking up the puck and clearing it down. It's Carpenter. Carpenter for Strome. Fires as Dahan. Showing Colin Delia bench because he was not good in the first period. 42 seconds remaining. Damn, this ESPN Plus is just flat out terrible. Yeah, it's kind of like that, CB. Kane tried something, couldn't do anything. Nashville just playing strong defensemen. At the end of 2, it's 5-2-1 Nashville. I have to put my controller on the charger. Oh, you're from the Orlando area, CB. I don't know if they are in the Orlando area or not. Yeah, maybe Matrix. That's could happen, but not been producing at all. We're currently in intermission. This game has just been bad. I don't know, Matrix. They have not been consistent the last month. They won, then lost, then won, then lost, then won, then lost as a pattern for like the last 15 games till today because they're going to be doing a loss and a loss in a row. And right now, I've been kind of getting tired of Derek King and how he's been setting up the lineups. Brian, I don't think they will because they don't want to waste contract space. First order of business, I will be trying to reacquire a first round pick. That could mean trade off a good player, but a first round pick. Yeah, well, Strom's in the lineup today. He has not been very noticeable, in my opinion. I'm hoping tomorrow Marc-Andre Fleury is back. Well, key players I will keep. I would keep DeBrincat. I would keep Kane. I would keep Doc. Kubalik maybe. Players I would try and trade out. Calvin DeHaan for sure. Jake McCabe maybe. Kevin Lankinen could possibly. Oh, I would keep Murphy. I would probably get rid of Borkstrom, get rid of maybe try and move Strom out and Khrushchev. Well, he didn't have a good start for his NHL debut, but he was fine. The goals against him on him weren't really his fault. They were tough goals. The defense just let him down. No, CB. Jones's contract is $9.5 million. Right there, that's just a horrendous contract. Yeah, but $1 million less. Because Stan Bowman's an idiot. Watching Borgstrom this season, I just haven't seen much that I've liked from his play. Yeah, he's nowhere near the caliber of player that Seabrook and Keefe were in their primes. How much time's left in intermission? And Brian, the thing with lacking confidence means you're not good for the NHL. So honestly, I think Orkstrom's not an NHL caliber top 6 board. He has a confidence issue, it seems like. I don't understand why the Hawks have not caught up like Lucas Reichel. I don't think so. It kind of reminds me of, who was it? I'm blanking on a player right now. Third period of play is about to get going. Hawks down by 4 goals. God. Yeah, same. Hawkthorne. Interesting, Brian. Always have the Rockford Ice Hog topics. It's 6-1 Nashville. They have scored in the first minute of play in each period. This game is just done. Soderblom could not even see the puck. McCabe in Predator player was just screening, and it was redirected. You know, with his second goal. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for Avid. Those goals against on him have been tough. They really have not been his fault. He's been screened. He's been against on a 3-on-1 break. Nothing against on Soderblom. Can this game just end, please? We already played ourselves out of the playoffs in the start of the season because Jeremy Colleton was a terrible head coach. Kane went off the head of Soros. That's cool, Brian. I know you're from the Rockford area, but I knew the facts you have are some that I never realized from the Ice Hogs. $17.25 remaining. Hawks down by a crap ton. Shots on net 27-20 in favor for Chicago, but oh my god, this team. Are the Hawks going to a power play? Hawks to the power play. Not like it means much because we're down by a lot. DeBrincat over to Kane. Kane goes in. And DeBrincat fires. How isn't that a goal? Fuck. 150 remaining on the power play. Hawks down by 5. Jones for Kane. Kane setting up for Jones back to Kane. Kane settling things down, looking for a cross crease. Back to Jones. Jones on the blue line, over for Kane. Kane going on the circle. Kane down to Taves. Taves looking for an opening of Jones. Jones to DeBrincat. DeBrincat looking back for Taves. Taves going in for Jones. Jones to Taves. Taves to Jones. Jones settling things for DeBrincat. DeBrincat fires and it goes wide. Kane now with it, over to Jones. Jones on the blue line, over to DeBrincat for Kane. Kane looking for an opening, and Taves gonna get it in. Nashville clears it. 1 minute remaining on the Hawks power play. Well, we were looking promising last year, but Bowman decided, okay, let's rush it and go for playoffs this year. And then Bowman's no longer with the team because he was a complete and utter disgrace of a man. For what he did by covering up a scandal. Bowman can go rot in hell of all I care. How he basically did his cover up of a scandal. God, I hate that guy. Jonathan Tays at the dot. 27 seconds remaining on the power play. DeBrincat gets the puck for Kane. Kane for Jones to DeBrincat. Cat for Jones. Jones over to Kane. Fires! And it was an easy save for Saros. DeBrincat for Jones for Kane. Kane sets it up. Over to Tays. Tays couldn't get it off cleanly for Jones. Jones back to Kane. Tays now with it for Kane. Kane looking, and a save by Saros. He kicks the net off the moorings again. And that's the power play. Chijokera behind Saros tries to throw it up, and the Predators gain control. Shots on net 31-20 in favor for the Hawks. Doesn't matter because we're getting blown out in this game. This may be the worst game I've ever watched. Saros plays the puck. Nashville keeps control. Hawks are yet to play it and get much consistency. Hagel at the boards getting checked. Trying to keep the puck in play for Hagel. And Nashville takes it up. 3-on-2 rush for Nashville. Nashville going in, and the Hawks played strong defensively there. Nice save by Soderblom. Next time the Hawks play this flippin' team, they better come out and kill them. Kill them by the score. Because that's what Nashville has done. They ran up the score to the point where the Hawks can't do much. Because this team has not been good. Play's about to get going again. Doc's at the face-off dot. Does he win it? Nope. Nashville's really controlled it. This game has been just flat out horrible. As you can tell, my energy from this game has really died because the Hawks really had zero fight in them. They should have fought to try hard to come back, and they did not. 11 minutes remaining in regulation time. I hate daytime games. The Hawks are always horrible at daytime games. I don't understand it. They should. Whenever the Hawks are scheduled for a daytime game, they tend to lose. And it continues today. Thank you, NHL. Thank you for making this schedule terrible and just making it near impossible for the Hawks to gain momentum, because you gave the Hawks 2 weeks off because you managed to postpone games that the Hawks could have played. God, we could have played the other night. But no, Winnipeg has to postpone because they can't have fans in the stadium. What a joke is that? You can play a hockey game without fans. You did it last year. You could have played again. But now we had to wait 2 weeks to watch a. I'm not even calling this a game because it is a joke of hockey today. We had our AHL goalies in net, and you have outshot Nashville, and you allow 6 goals. Thank you, Hawks. Just thank you for the New Year's start, because holy crap, this is disgraceful. Nashville setting up again, ready for another goal, probably. 8 minutes remaining in regulation time, thank God, but it's still 8 minutes way too far away. 7:38 remaining. Can this game just end already, please? Because this team has been a joke today, and they play again tomorrow. Please be back, Marc-Andre Fleury, tomorrow. God, I fucking hate Nashville. 7 minutes remaining. It's also the fact that they were going to allow that game, I think, to play, but they decided to postpone due to no fans allowed in their stadium. Oh, this team today. Can this game just end? I'm at that point. Can this game just end? Kubalik with the puck and fires it right into the chest of Saros. How about this? Shoot it into the goal, for crying out loud. Not into the freaking chest of a goalie. The easiest position for a save. God. They drive. Yeah, Happy New Year. This game has not been a good one to start the new year off, has it? I can't stand how this team has been this frustrating. They should be better, but they aren't. The type of moves the Hawks made during the offseason were moves to show that they're ready to contend for a playoff spot. Hawks were pegged to make it at least a wild card team. No, they're in sixth place in the division because the start of the year was horrendous, and they continue, and now they're back down to horrendous play. Yeah, I know, right? It looks exactly like how the start of the season went. But at the time at the start of the year, they weren't getting blown out 6-1. They would just give up goals in the first minute of play, and then just killed any type of momentum. Oh, wait, they did that today in every period of play. We should, CB. The issue is the rescheduling of the games. Because in the United Center are the games that the Hawks really miss. They had only one road game that got postponed, and everything else was home games. And the issue is for the United Center, the Bulls have games scheduled, and there's concerts already scheduled in the United Center. There's not enough days in that break for the United Center for rescheduling of Hawks games. So the NHL kinda has to see that they probably can't do 82 games this year. Yeah, this game definitely is the worst game. Yeah, our next games are not easy. We play the Flames, we play the Avalanche, we do play Arizona, but we also play Vegas. 3 out of the next 4 games are hard games. Power play coming to the Hawks. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Finally. Holy crap. Let's just get this game over with. Holy crap. Yeah, we play the Flames tomorrow. We play the Avalanche on Tuesday. The Coyotes on Thursday, who actually have played good hockey. And then Vegas next Saturday. Thank you, NHL. Just thank you. The Hawks have zero chance of momentum building. Unless they win somehow tomorrow and somehow against the Avalanche. The Avalanche really have not been themselves this season. Yeah. Holy crap. Come on. 2:40 remaining in regulation time. 1:08 remaining on the power play for the Hawks. Khrushchev goes in. Nothing to come from on that power play. Kane shatters his stick out of just disgrace of this team today. Finally, a minute remaining in a play. Thank God. This game is almost over finally. Because this has been probably the most frustrating game to watch all season. You outshoot Nashville 37-23 and you lose 6-1. 10 seconds remaining, and this game will be finally over. Holy crap, this game. Again, guys, there will be no review because you basically get the review from this game through this live stream. How frustrating, how disgraceful, and how lackadaisical the Hawks were tonight. 6-1 loss to the Chicago Blackhawks by them coming out shooting Nashville 37-25. How do you lose 6-1 to the Nashville Predators, outshooting them nearly 40-25? That right there should be unacceptable. 2 straight games against this flippin' team from Nashville. You should not have gotten anything. The last game, they went in and should have won because they were playing against an AHL team. What did they do? Not play the hockey game. This game, you come in with your AHL goalies. And what do? You'll get completely blown out. Thank you, Blackhawks, for 3 hours of wasting time because of this. Thank you for giving us the start of a new year because of this score right there. This was flat out the worst game I have ever watched. So, guys, thank you for sticking around, those who did, and came to the stream because you basically get the review from it because how frustrating of a game this was. So, thank you for coming to the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, what a disgrace of a hockey game. And thank you, Hawks, for wasting 3 hours of time.